Hello friends, welcome back. As many of you asked to upload a video on how to book Life in the UK test, today I'll be showing this step by step. Initially, open Google and search for Life in the UK test. And as always I say, use gov.uk website to book this test. As you can see, it's stated this is the only official government service for booking Life in the UK test. You must book the Life in the UK test online at least 3 days in advance and it costs £50. But you could also book next day slot for a small extra fee which would take the exam cost to £65. But remember friends, if you would like to cancel this, you would need to cancel 3 days before the exam date, else you wouldn't get the refund. And you can take this test any number of times as you wish and at any point of time. In the actual exam, there would be 24 questions, out of which you would need to answer 18 correctly to pass the exam. The exam itself will be of 45 minutes, but most well prepared would finish the exam within 5 to 10 minutes. To get 100% pass rate, kindly watch our Life in the UK test fast track training. We have received multiple feedback stating the training has helped our subscribers to pass the exam in the first attempt. To book the test, you would need an email address to which you have access, a debit or a credit card for the payments, and an accepted form of ID, which could be your BRP, passport, travel documents with photo, or European Union identity card. If you are disabled or if you have any special need, you could request for this as well, but this would need proof on the exam day. Else you would not be able to take the test and refund would not be provided as well. You could call the test center to check on the details if need priorly. Who need to take Life in the UK test exam? Only people above the age of 18 and under 65 has to take this. For others, it's exempted. Also remember friends, there is no expiry date for the Life in the UK test exam. So you could take this exam at any time. Now let's start. Click on Start Now and on this subsequent page scroll down and click on Start Your Booking. You would need to register to book for an exam. So click on Register and enter your username and password, which would be your email address and the password you would like to create. Then identification details will be requested. If you have a valid BRP, you could give this detail here. If not, you could click no on the radio buttons and then it will give other options such as passport, European Union card or travel documents. Now I have BRP, so I am going to select BRP and then I have to enter the BRP ID, which is nothing but the BRP number, which will be in front side of your BRP at the top right corner. And you would also need to enter expiry date. This would be also on the front side of the BRP under valid until. I'm giving dummy values here. Also remember, you would need to take this along on your exam date. It's good to take your passport as well just in case. Then your last name, first name and middle name. Remember, this should be exact match as of to your identity document which you entered before. Then date of birth. Just in order to check is it allowing below, I'm going to give 2024 as my date of birth. Let us check what error comes up. Then nationality, country of birth and place of birth. Again, I'm giving dummy values here, but remember nationality should match with the identity document, as most of the identity documents will not have country of birth or place of birth. This you wouldn't need to worry. But if you carry a passport, this would have the details which could help the exam center invigilators. Here, you would need to enter the reason for taking the test. I'm giving settlement here. It could be citizenship or others as well. Kindly select according to your need. ILR or indefinite leave to remain is nothing but the settlement. And the last question, Are you a serving member of British Armed Forces or a dependent of a serving member? No, I'm not, so I'm giving no here. When I click on continue, I'm getting the error that you should be 16 years or older to be able to book an assessment. So it's not validating am I 18 or over to write the exam, but it does validate am I 16 or over to book the assessment, given here debit card or a credit card will be used and it's a government requirement. So let me change the date of birth and click on continue. Post which we need to enter our contact details, which is nothing but our address and phone number. I'm entering dummy values again here, and for some reason, though it's autofill, it doesn't accept slashes. So enter first floor or second floor or any equivalent to avoid the slashes, but make sure the address is understandable. Post which we have the review page. Kindly review all the details. If wrong as well, few of these details could be edited later. Post confirming, you would receive an email to confirm it's you and to make sure the email address belongs to you. I am doing this on my mobile, so it's not displayed here. Post which I'll click on login button at the top right, which will take me to this page. Here I'm going to enter username and password. This would trigger a OTP to my email address, which I'm entering here. As I said, on this home page, if you see, you could see all your personal details. Along with that, you have a edit option, so you could edit your personal details. I'm not going to go into this. I'm skipping it for this video. And you can manage all your bookings as well in this home page itself. And any number of times you could take this exam as previously stated. Now let us book the exam. Click on make a booking button. Do you have any special test requirements? No. But if you have, you could select accordingly. But remember, without the proofs for the same on exam date, you would not be allowed to sit for the exam and no refunds will be provided. You need to give your postcode on this page, so the nearest test centers would be listed. I'm giving a dummy postcode which lists out Glasgow, Edinburgh, Newcastle and few other. Whichever you select here doesn't matter. Inside it will show options based on the dates. As you can see, the one highlighted on green are for the test centers you selected, while when there isn't availability on the test center you selected, those dates will be highlighted in blue, and the gray ones are like no exams are available. But keep checking, guys. New slot gets opened every few hours, which might help you. I recorded this video on 2nd. If you see, there is test availability on 3rd itself. So usually there are many slots available for Life in the UK test, and as and when people cancel as well, new slots opens up. So keep checking and select a date which is appropriate and best for you. Once you select the date, you would be given option to select the time and the test center. So you could choose both here. Once you choose, you would have 30 minutes to make the payment. Till then the slot will be locked, but if this passes, the slot will pass on to the next user. Post which you would need your credit card and debit card details to be entered for making the payment. Post this, you will receive an email for the confirmation of the booking. Remember guys, you could cancel any number of times and book any number of times, but there would not be an option to change the date. Only refunds will be available. If you cancel an exam only 3 days before the exam date, then only the refunds will be provided. If it's within the 3 days, the refunds will not be provided. Now let us look at what happens on the day of the exam. Remember, go slightly earlier than your exam slot, as there would be identity checks and security checks for the exam. You would need to carry the identity document you entered, with which they would verify all the details, and a picture would also be taken on the exam day. Post which security check would take place. If you'd like privacy for this, you could request, and the test centers would do the needful. And remember friends, many test centers don't have waiting rooms, so it's best to go on your own unless your kids or family or friends could wait outside. Also, your pockets needs to be empty. During the exam, no watches or electronic gadgets would be allowed inside, but every test center would have lockers, so these would be given for placing your ID cards, identity proofs, and any other materials you carry along with you. It's free of charge. The most important part, do not cheat. If you cheat and if you get caught, you would be reported to the Home Office as well as police. This could affect your application and you could also get prosecuted. So be careful, friends. It's easier to prepare. If you have any queries, feel free to leave it on the comment section and we will try our best to answer all as soon as possible. With that, we come to the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.